Illustrator Exercise 4. So download the materials, open up the PDF, and we're going to refer back and forth to this as we go. So we're going to create a new file at 8 inches by 6 inches. So in Illustrator, open up the example so that you can see what we're going to create. Then go to File, New. You can name it AI Exercise 4 EX4, first initial, last name. And you're going to put in 8 inches by 6 inches. Note that you're working in inches. Too often I see people working in points. You end up with a file that is wee little and everything is off. Your type sizes are off. Make sure you're working in inches. Raster effects, just so that you know, when you save this as a JPEG or as something else that's going to be rasterized, you want to make sure that you've got high quality here. It's going to go on screen 72 pixels per inch, but in general, leave it at 300. All right, so we're going to type "it's not what" as area text. So with the text tool, click and drag a frame. Don't make it too big, you don't need it huge. This is dummy type. As soon as you start typing, it's going to be replaced. So it's already highlighted, just start typing. It's not what. Go to the selection tool, you can then change the typeface. And if you're in your list here of fonts that are on your computer, if you see that there's numbers next to it, that means you have those fonts available. The fonts are the different weights and italics and so forth. Change the size. When you're working within area type, the size will stay within that frame. If you run out of room, you'll see a little red square with a plus sign show up. It means that your text has exceeded the frame. You look at type on a path. So first you need to create a path with the pen tool. And then with the text tool, choose type on a path and click on that path. When you get on it, you'll see that it lights up and says path. The little bar or the little dotted line that goes through the I-beam is what you want to line up. So type on a path is live. So if I change the shape of the path, the type is going to move to reflect that. When you've got your normal selection tool, these lines that show up here, this is the center line. So at the beginning of your line, if you've got enough, it'll come all the way to the end. But you can move the type along the path by using that. Again, you can change the typeface. Just see what you've got. You can also change the color. You can move it around by moving the path. That matters. Type as objects. Okay, normal selection, normal type tool. Just click. Don't click and drag, just click. That's point type. And again, I'm going to change the font just for the heck of it. Okay, Okay, so now we're going to type as objects. So this is all text. It carries all the information, the type size, the font, the typeface, the size, the color, what have you. If I want to start using this as an object, I'm going to go to Type, Create Outlines. And it throws away all of that type information. If you've made a typo, a typographical error, once you do this, you can't go back and change it. So you want to make sure that you're set with what you've typed, that it's correct. Okay, so that's type as objects, and we're going to manipulate the letter forms a little bit. So since it's objects, if I go to the direct select tool, I can select individual points and move those. By dragging across multiple objects, I can select multiple points. Okay, so we want to do something just to be aware that all of those points are available. You can manipulate the letter forms by going to create outlines and making them into objects. It's what you see. Effects on type. Okay, so I'm going to change the typeface again so it's not so wild. All right, if I want to change the size, I can scale this, change the color, change the position. All right, so to do effects on this line of type, I need to create outlines. Now I can use the effect menu. Note, Photoshop effects don't work on this. That's for images that you've placed within Illustrator. So ignore that bottom half. Distort and transform, warp are the two primary ones that you're going to use. So if you play with those so that you can see what they do, make sure you have preview clicked so you can see the changes as you make them. You can cancel it if you don't like it. Go to warp, choose any one. When the menu comes up, you've got to have access to all of these. Say OK. And now if you notice, it's still carrying the original shape of these letters. If you're happy with what you've got, if you go to Object, Expand Appearance, it commits to what you've created. Okay, so Henry David Thoreau. This one is a little complicated. You need to do it in the exact order for this to work. I'm going to type Henry David Thoreau. I'm going to choose a typeface that's relatively heavy so that I can see inside of this. Okay, so I'm going to create outlines. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in the clouds file. So place, can find your cloudimages.jpg, which is in the exercise 4 materials. Click place, and then click and it'll drop it in there. You can stretch this if your type is bigger than what you've put in there. And select it, send it back. So that's my basic. I'm going to select the text. First I have to make it a compound path. You only have to do this with text. If you're putting an image within a shape, you don't need to do this. I'm going to make. I'm going to select the image as well. So I hold down the Shift key and select that as the text is still selected. I'm going to go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. It goes inside the text. That's it. Save the file. AI underscore exercise EX4 underscore first initial last name. Save the file, submit it.